This is Kajal Patel and Jenny Chun reporting live from Marshall Islands. Marshall Island is an island located in the North Pacific Ocean. Marshall Island lies between Hawaii and Australia. The islands are characterized into two groups, Ratuk and Ralik chain, sunrise and sunset. Marshall Islands rise a few feet above sea level. They are about the size of Washington, D.C. The total size of the Marshall Islands are 11.854 square kilometers. The capital republic of the Marshall Islands is Majuro.
The climate of the region is tropical, hot and humid. They also have annual rain precipitation throughout the whole year. The Marshall Islands has a climate where the weather changes over the course of a year from a wetter season to a drier season. The weather changes from a wetter season May to November to a drier season December to April. It is located near the equator and surrounded by water on all sides. The warm ocean around the Marshall Islands helps keep the temperature warm at night and makes the air warm and humid. The climate in the Marshall Islands is generally warm and breezy with high humidity.
There are ethnicities from all over the world, and they have a total population of 75,684 people. People who are younger tend to live there more. Most people speak Marshallese, and the traditional island culture revolves around a family and a clan structure. Communities of people on both kinds of islands have homes, grow food, go fishing, and drink fresh water. The majority industries include agricultural products and natural resources.
For the 10,000 years, Earth's climate has been very comfortable for people and for ecosystems. However, now the climate is beginning to change because of human activities, especially our burning of fossil fuels. These higher temperatures can directly harm ecosystems and human communities. For instance, warmer ocean water is an unhealthy condition for coral reefs and fish. In addition, these higher temperatures are causing one of the most serious climate impacts, sea level rise. As a result of warming seawater and melting ice, oceans have a higher volume and sea levels around the world are rising. Rising sea level causes coastal erosion and flooding by waves and high tides. During heavy rainstorms, it can prevent the rain from draining into the sea, causing more flooding. This sea level rise is one of the most damaging impacts of climate change, especially for island communities. The Marshall Islands' average rainfall is expected to increase, especially in the wet season, along with more extreme rain events. Droughts are expected to decline in frequency. Ocean acidification is another major impact caused by other higher carbon dioxide levels. Ocean acidification also harms many of the same marine ecosystems, especially coral reefs, plankton, and shellfish that are additionally harmed by higher ocean temperatures. Extreme weather events can cause a lot of damage and problems for island ecosystems and people. The main extreme weather events that happen in the Marshall Islands are droughts and big storms. A severe drought in the northern Marshalls occurred in the winter and spring of 2013 and returned again in 2014. However, scientists predict that in the future droughts will happen less often and extreme rain events will happen more often. Scientists also predict that the overall amount of rainfall in Marshall Islands will increase in the future.
Sea level rises, changing rain patterns, ocean acidification, and high temperatures all damage major services that are provided by ecosystems. This can harm the human systems that people depend upon their homes, food, fresh water, and transportation. Most importantly, it is a threat to island people and their culture. Sea level rises are expected to increase to more than 3 feet by the year 2100. In addition, this will cause increased droughts, floods, and natural disasters such as typhoons, which can severely impact the agricultural and commercial sectors. Overflooding of salt water could also destroy and put a stress on the supply of fresh water, as well can cause many deaths in humans and animals due to land being taken up and limited fresh water supply, due to the fact that fresh water that they have comes from the rain that falls on their island. Thus, many people would have to relocate and settle somewhere else.
Among the many efforts to protect the culture of the Marshall Island is an effort to buy land and relocate the people to other locations. Currently, several of the biggest relocation sites outside the Marshall Islands are Hawaii, Washington State, Springdale, Arkansas, where over 10,000 Marshall Islanders currently live. All of the land and everything on that land will become submerged under the water. Fisheries, particularly the tuna industry, are being forced to adapt to changing ecological inputs. In equal measure, the Marshall Islands have called for a joint international effort to slow the rate of climate change, especially in regards to increasing sea levels. Recently, the Marshall Islands have begun to call for international aid to ameliorate the effects of climate change on the Marshall Islands. Some of the mitigations are protecting local ecosystems to help these ecosystems be more resilient, increasing the resiliency of the community's physical systems such as homes, roads, water supplies, and food supplies, making the community's cultural systems stronger and healthier so people in the community effectively plan and implement climate adaptation strategies that work for the community.
If the impacts of climate change continue to increase, the Marshall Islands atolls and way of life will become increasingly threatened.